Effect. In neuro-linguistic programming, we divide humanity into two groups. One, people on the effect side, victims. They live by reacting to what happens to them. They have reasons, stories, and justifications. Their language is passive. They did to me. It happened to me. They didn't let me. People on the cause side, creators. They make things happen. They assume they are the origin of their results. Their language is active. I decided. I created. I allowed. The equation for success is simple. You must move from the effect side to the cause side. Even if an accident occurs that was not your fault, even if someone hits your car, you are still responsible for your response. There is a formula that Brian Tracy popularized. E plus RSO, events plus response, is plus outcome. You cannot control the events, traffic, weather, crisis, but you have absolute control, 100% dictatorial, over your response. You control your attitude, your actions, your thoughts, and it is your response that determines the outcome. The victim focuses on the E, the event. Damn traffic. The leader focuses on the R, the response. There is traffic, so I will listen to an educational audiobook and arrive wiser. The quality of your life depends on your response. The universal antidote, I am responsible. Here is Brian Tracy's most important psychological discovery. It is impossible to accept responsibility and feel negative emotions at the same time. Responsibility and negativity, anger, resentment, fear, guilt, are mutually exclusive. Negative emotions need a vital ingredient to survive. They need blame. You need to blame someone or something to be angry. I'm furious because he lied to me. The moment you stop blaming and assume responsibility, the negative emotion is cut at the root, like unplugging a power cord. How is this done? With a mantra. The most powerful phrase for emotional control is, I am responsible. When you feel anger toward your boss, say immediately, I am responsible. Your mind will say, why, he's an idiot. You respond, I am responsible because I chose this job. I choose to stay, and I choose how his idiocy affects me. If I don't like it, I can leave. I am responsible. Every time you repeat it, you move from fear to control. The locus of control, the science of happiness. Psychologists have studied this for decades. They call it the theory of locus of control. 1. External locus of control. The belief that your life is controlled by external forces, luck, fate, others. These people have high rates of stress, depression, and illness. Internal locus of control. The belief that you are the engine of your life. These people are happier, earn more money.
Ang gamot sa diabetes at cholesterol, sabayan ng Vandilar with 5 vitamins in higher levels for nerve repair and protection. Tulong iwas pamimitig at manhid. Vandilar. Maintenance kasabay sa pagkalaw.
Have better marriages and live longer. Why? Because the deepest human need after survival is autonomy. Feeling that you are in control. Fear in its essence is a lack of control. When you assume radical responsibility, you gain control. Therefore, fear disappears. You cannot fear a future that you are designing. You are the president of You Inc. Here is a paradigm shift that will transform your professional career forever. Most people see themselves as employees. I work for IBM. I work for the government. I work for my boss. This is a fatal error. It is a servant's mentality. The truth is this. You always work for yourself. It doesn't matter who signs the check at the end of the month. You are the president of your own personal services corporation. You Inc. Your current employer is simply your best client at this moment. You sell them your services by the hour. But you are the owner. You decide the quality of the product. You decide the training, the marketing strategy, and you decide when to change clients. When you see yourself as an employee, you tend to make the minimum effort not to be fired. You are passive. When you see yourself as the president of You Inc., everything changes. Your work is your product. You become proactive. You look for ways to add value. You ask yourself, how can I increase the value of the shares of You Inc.? People who are adopt this mentality are the ones who end up running companies or founding their own. They always have work because they act as owners, not as tenants. The blame game, a deadly hobby. Why do we like to blame so much? Because blame is a drug. Blaming gives us temporary relief. It makes us feel righteous and superior. I am good, he is bad. But the price of that drug is your success. Metaphysical law says, you cannot heal what you do not recognize as yours. If the failure is the government's fault, you have to wait for the government to change for you to be successful. Good luck with that. If the failure is yours, you can change it today. You must eliminate complaining from your life. Complaining is the sound that external locus of control makes. Complaining is saying, I don't like this, but I don't have the power to change it, so I'm just going to whine. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, accept it. But never, ever complain. Complaining attracts more of the same. It destroys your neurons. It drives away valuable people. Winners want to be near solvers, not whiners. Take a complaint fast. Try to spend 24 hours without criticizing, condemning, or complaining. You will see how much energy you recover. Energy you once spent on destroying, you will now use to build. From I have to I choose. NLP teaches us that language structures reality. Victims use the language of obligation. I have to go to work. I have to pay taxes. I have to put up with my mother-in-law. I have to implies that you are a slave. It implies you have no choice. It generates resistance and fatigue. Leaders use the language of choice. I choose to go to work because I want to earn money. I choose to pay taxes because I choose to live in society and not in prison. I choose to visit my mother-in-law because I choose to love my partner. There is always a choice, even with a gun to your head. When you change I have to I choose or I want, you reclaim your power. You stop being dragged through life and start walking through it. Feel the energetic difference right now. Don't say, I have to finish this audiobook. Say, I choose to finish this audiobook because I want to transform my life. The rearview mirror versus the windshield. Blame always looks at the past. Responsibility always looks to the future. When a problem occurs, mediocre people gather to find the culprit. Who did this? Why did they do it? They must be punished. They spend